something that everyone sees and everyone knows, but what can we do to prevent it and its negative effects on our environment? Today we are going to discuss facts about littering, how littering contaminates our water, how littering harms animals, tips and suggestions on how to prevent littering, how much does littering cost, and how litter breeds litter. First, let's discuss some facts about who is most likely to litter. Male and females ages 16 to 24. Smokers are also more likely to litter more than non-smokers. People who eat out more than 2 times a week. People who drive more than 50 miles a day. And people who have never been married. States extra.mdc.mo.gov. A little more than half of all litter you find on the ground is food and beverage packaging. About 55% of all littering is done on purpose. People deliberately dropping items on the ground. People also litter because they are too lazy to dispose of the trash properly. They also are more likely to throw litter on top of litter than to throw their waste in a near surroundings. People don't care that they are littering and that think others will pick up after them. Some other fun facts about littering is 33% of litter comes from food and waste, and styrofoam containers take more than 1 million years to decompose. Next, let's talk about how littering contaminates our water. Debris that is dumped into the water can add harmful chemicals to water we use. For a few examples, buckets that are dumped into the water that is once contained chemicals and other harmful solvents. Also, cigarette butts that contain harmful toxins. Littering also harms animals. Aquatic debris is lethal to wildlife. More than 100,000 animals a year ingest chemicals from littering. Some examples are fishing line, ropes, and nets. www.rspcs.org.uk points out, annually the RSPCA receives over 7,000 phone calls each year about littering-related incidents that involve animals being harmed by litter. Balloons are among the most common harmful debris. Birds think that they are food and swallow them only to fatally choke. Also, bottles and plastic containers can lead to animals getting their wings, beaks, heads, legs, etc. caught in the openings while searching for food. Next, let's discuss a few tips and suggestions on preventing littering. By keeping a designated bag in your car. Keeping a designated bag in your car just for trash. This makes it easier to clean up and help prevent littering. Also, while you are at home, make sure you close the lid on your refuse container after disposing your trash or recycle inside. This will prevent your refuse from spilling into the alleyway or streets. Litter can also cost you. Having litter in your yard or neighborhood can ultimately bring down the value of your home. States www.etsy.com. Now let's talk about how much littering costs. Cleaning up people's litter costs. The United States spends $11.5 billion each year on litter cleanup. Business spends about $9.1 billion on litter cleanup. Also, European countries spend about $500 million on litter cleanup. Finally, let's talk about how litter breeds litter. Set an example, most littering occurs within 12 feet of trash cans. Cigarette butts are the most common litter waste, and people are more likely to litter in places that they have already seen evidence of littering. The bottom line is, you can make a difference and you can make a change. So set an example and be aware of littering and how it affects others. Be the change and expect change. And let's face it, littering is just trash.